Testing, 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 testing. Hey, good Thursday morning from the Good Morning Thursday something here from the office. I'm your host, BKP, 8 a.m. on the East Coast. We'll start right out. We'll get everything out of the way. You can reach the show, 706-889-9700. You can text me, tell me what you think. You can send me an email, and there's all the ways you can find us on social media. Now, the number has changed. I've been told the number has changed since I clipped this graphic here. But go with number 3, Josh. There's 12. There's reporting 12 dead now. Thousand Oaks, California, shooting in a club last night. College kids, country night at a club. Somebody walked in and opened fire. 12 dead, we're being told. So what we're going to do is we're going to back away while the NBC and the MSNBC and they are sensationalizing this. And as disgusting as it may sound, Joe Scarborough's already trying to figure out how the President of the United States is responsible for this. Yes. Enemy of the people? Yes. Joe Scarborough, they're all trying to figure out now. They sound sad. They've all taken their broadcasting acting classes. I did not take any. I just act like this. But they've all taken the broadcasting acting classes, okay? And they are, compassionate. And they sound troubled and they're concerned. They go into that mode as they try to search for if the President of the United States, in his hateful tone, if his rhetoric would have toned down, why nobody would have walked in there last night while these kids were innocently having a country night at the bar. So we're going to leave that alone until let it develop. Okay, we're not going to try to tie it to anything, start looking for any reasons. Number 15. Brian Kemp, the Secretary of State of Georgia, is now, according to him, he has declared himself governor-elect. Winner, Brian Kemp, governor-elect. There you go. He won the governor's race, according to 100% of the polls in. The numbers are done. Abrams is flying. Oprah's not flying back in. Oprah is sending attorneys. No, they're all sending attorneys. She has not conceded. They're going to start looking for. Provisional ballots. People rejected from the polls. You name it. So they're going to fight it. She has not conceded the race. But yesterday, the President of the United States did call Brian Kemp, and yesterday, he put out the Secretary of State's office that he is the winner. So we have Brian Kemp, governor-elect, winner. Okay. Now in our graphics department, we wanted to make a nice graphic right there. All right. And as the winner, and we think, Stacey Abrams ran a hard, tough fought campaign. So I told the graphics department, I like the winner. I like the check mark, Brian Kemp. I like the state. I liked all that, I thought our graphics department did a great job. I said, it's only right that we put something up for, Stacey there. And so number 16 there is, yes, she's a loser. Stacey Abrams, not governor, as you can see. And there's one of those flattering photogs. Just saying. Hey, I'm not the mean one posting stuff on social media. I'm not. Some of you out there, you. So, loser, Stacey Abrams. There she is. Get the big L right there. Loser, Stacey, loser. I can look at that all day. You're not the governor. I'm looking right at the camera right there. You are not the governor. George Soros, you lost. Bloomberg, you lost. Oprah, you lost. Obama, you lost. The list goes on. Loser, winner. All right, so that's that. Moving right along. Remember when the media was upset? I know. They're upset every day, but it's Trump. Okay. Let's go to number 27. This is ABC News. This was a big deal. Remember the Trump rallies, all right? You remember all the people that tried to get the Trump to ask questions? You remember this young lady here? Ugly moments at rallies raise concerns. You remember that? And this young lady here, and that's ABC News right there in the corner, and it's breaking news. That's breaking news. Remember that Corey Lewandowski went to stop a reporter that was trying to get to Donald Trump. He did nothing. Remember that? Remember when the media thought that was, let's go to 26. All right, there. Breaking news. Trump rally assault. Ugly moments at rallies raise concern. Remember that? Remember when that was top story? Let's go to number 25. Katie Tur. MSNBC. Remember that? Katie. Breaking news. MSNBC. Remember there? And they circled that. That's Corey Lewandowski right there. And they're trying to pinpoint him as assaulting. Okay. Let's go to 24. Why, that would be Jim Acosta assaulting. Hey, this young lady, a staffer, the president said next, her job is just to take the mic around the room. And he gave her the stiff arm. He blocked her. I wonder if any charges will be brought up. I wonder how many news outlets did that as breaking news, top story. Jim Acosta assaults young lady, or just lady, right? Assaults young lady, all right? Donald Trump campaign manager charged over assault of a reporter. Donald Trump, there is The Guardian. Donald Trump, this is March 11, 2016, Donald Trump's accuser. Go back to number 27. Donald Trump's accuses reporter in assault row of making up the story. Oh, right, she made up the story. Trump defends campaign manager Corey Lewandowski. All right, that's NBC. Donald Trump's campaign manager turned himself in to Florida police after being charged with an assault of a reporter. New York Times. It made the New York Times. Corey Lewandowski, Donald Trump's campaign manager, is charged. Donald J. Trump's presidential campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski, in Jupiter, Florida, who said he had grabbed a reporter this month as she tried to ask Mr. Trump a question. The reporter, she was trying to ask a question. Just the roles have changed, right? A protester by the shirt collar at a Trump rally in Arizona, yanking, viewing negatively by overwhelming numbers. Trump insults female reporter. Remember when that was breaking news and Corey had to turn himself in? Yesterday, there was a little altercation with the CNN, Enemy of the People network. Roll the Jim Acosta tape.
They're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN. All right. And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his
Well,
butt
I'm not
like
a big
the rest
fan
of
of
us.
yours either, so
I understand.
to be honest.
So let me ask you a question if I can. You repeatedly said...
You aren't the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course of
Okay,
the...
just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President, over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir, at the end of the campaign, you repeatedly said that Americans need to fear Democrats. You said Democrats would unleash a wave of violent crime that endangers families everywhere. Why are you pitting Americans? Why are you pitting Americans against one another, sir?
Peter, what are you trying to be him?
No, I'm just asking the question.
Let me just tell you, very simple, because they're very weak on crime. Because they have often suggested, members and people within the Democrat Party at a high level have suggested getting rid of ICE, getting rid of law enforcement. That's not going to happen.
Hey, NBC News. Hey, NBC News.
Jim Acosta, I don't know. I mean, he threw out the arm block on this young lady. I think he should be in jail. I should think he should have to report in as Corey Lewandowski. I think there should be charges brought up. I think there should be a full investigation. In fact, I think Nancy Pelosi should say this is going to be her first House investigation, all jokes aside. I think, and Peter Alexander, NBC, yeah, they're in cahoots. That's exactly right. So, Jim Acosta, this is a tweet from Jim Acosta. He is lousy. It's a disgrace. And I, for one, am not a Donald Trump defender, as you may think I am on a daily basis. But I, for one, applaud the President of the United States for standing up for his people. And he is not going to accept it any longer. He's had enough. He's had enough of the way Jim Acosta treats Sarah Huckabee Sanders. He's had enough. He watched. I know this president. No, I really don't, but I do. And he watched that young lady. I'm going to call her a young lady, all right? God almighty, you never know what you can say anymore. But he watched that young lady doing her job. Her job is nothing more, the White House staff there in the room, is to do nothing more than to take the mic when the president says, you're done, next question. That's all the president of the United States, forget his name, all the president of the United States has to do is say, next question, okay? And it is not in the Constitution that you have to have a press corps, all right? We can go into, White House press corps, we can go into the history of when the White House press corps was created, okay? And why it was created, all right? Right now, the White House press corps' job is to do two things. Get Obama's message out in a positive way and help him get the love affair out that they had with Obama, all right, out to the public in a nice, shiny wrapper, or take down the Republican that happens to be in the office at that time. That's their job. That's what they think their job is, and that's what they call reporting. And Jim Acosta is not reporting anything. He is a hostile reporter. He's nasty. And when Donald Trump looked down and he watched that young lady doing her job, and she was going to take the mic to the next reporter, and he said enough's enough. All right? So they do out front hits. There's areas set up on the White House lawn. They call them different timing. They do their hits. And just like you've watched John Roberts, if you watch Fox, there's a background, okay? And there's a background of there's lights set up. There's a certain area on the White House lawn where press go. And if you go, the press are only 10 feet apart. They're only 10 feet apart because if you look over here to the right, there's another network doing theirs, and there's another network. So there's an area, it's well lit, and they have the backdrop, and that's when Brett Baer says, let's go to John Roberts at the White House lawn, and what's the mood at the White House this evening, John? And he says the mood, and the backdrop is the White House, okay? Guess what? Jim Acosta, I've just been denied entrance to the White House. Wow. Pulled him, baby. First, John Brennan, his security clearance. All right? Security clearance. First, John Brennan. I have just been denied entrance to the White House. Secret Service just informed me I cannot enter the White House grounds for my 8 p.m. hit. He couldn't do it. Jim, no. You're not on the list. I'm looking. I'm sure they sent my name in. You're not on the list. You're not on the list. Can't come in. Jim Acosta has press pass suspended by White House. Sarah Sanders announced. CNN's chief White House correspondent Jim Acosta's press pass to access the White House was suspended until further notice Wednesday, hours after he engaged in a contentious back and forth with the President Trump. I've just been denied entrance, Acosta said. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders confirmed Acosta's tweet in a statement claiming the suspension of his press credentials stemmed from his placing his hands on a young woman just trying to do her job as a White House intern. She called the behavior absolutely unacceptable. So let's see here. Look at number 22. Number 22. Is that, yeah. There you go. That's a White House intern. That's an intern. Costa threw the forearm on her. Thought it was Sunday afternoon, and he was through the forearm, through the block. I'm not done talking, woman. You out of here. You don't touch my interns. And I'm telling you, Trump's watching that. And oh, absolutely not. Number 23. Look at this young lady's face. Now, if you can see at home on the screen, look at Trump. Look at Trump. This is a picture that you should really look, if you get a close-up, and focus. Trump's looking down at what Acosta's doing to this young lady. No. It is over. Did we put up 24? We already put up 24. That was 23. Go back to 23. And let's go to 21. And there's Peter. In the other side, there's Peter Alexander. You can see on one side. And you're going to see Acosta. NBC. There you go, folks. Couldn't be any clearer. I'm not going to take up for any other reporter in that room. But NBC at CNN, right there together, the enemy of the people. I'm no big fan of yours, Peter. No big fan of yours. So we have some others we're going to show. I just think Acosta, number 17. Please, just shut up. Just shut up. People, shut up. All right, so I think this should be brought up on charges. That's just my opinion. Number 19, Tester made it through. Barely got by, made it through. Out there in Montana, Scott Walker will not get a third term as governor there. That's a tough one. Here is the, give me number 2 here, Whitaker. This is, we're going to talk about this later in the show. We have Carla's Corner at 8:30, and we're going to come back. This is the new acting attorney general. Number 1, Beauregard, we must inform you that your duties, your services, Beauregard, are no longer needed. You need to retire back to your home, Beauregard. Sit on the front porch, stir some of that nice cold iced tea, and sit on that porch. Just look out at them fields there in Alabama. Because you're going home, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, I know no matter what you say to me right now, I got no choice, Jeffrey. You screwed up. So there's little Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions. He will be going back to Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama. That's the song he has in the old 8-track this morning in his 1978 Pontiac Bonneville headed down to Alabama. There's Jeffrey. He's got the old, Sweet Home Alabama in there. He's headed home. He packed it up, got a little box, went around, got his bobblehead dolls and everything and put them in the box, and he's headed home. He will no longer be Attorney General. He's gone. They 86'd him. Whatever they do, I don't know. And Rosenstein was called to the big house, the White House. He was in the meeting, Rod Rose, in the meeting. Rod is no longer in charge of the Mueller Russian investigation. Mueller no longer reports to Rod Rosenstein. No longer reports to him. Rod, I understand. Good job. Okay. But here's what's going to happen. Not in real need of your services any longer. So, who is Matthew Whitaker? Let me play this clip really quick. You have to watch it. If you listen at home, you have to watch it because it was just assembled on YouTube. And let me tell you, let's look at who Matthew Whitaker, that is now in charge of the Mueller reports to this guy here. Roll that tape. So we got an Iowa boy, this old boy from the cornfields, Iowa. Played there at Iowa, played in the Rose Bowl in 1991. Matthew Whitaker, corn-fed boy. From Middle America, where New York quite does not understand him. California doesn't know him. Chicago doesn't want him there because he's from Iowa. He's in charge. Oh, yeah. And they say the president likes that Iowa boy. Yeah. Is it Cornhuskers? Is that what they are? Are they the Iowa Cornhuskers? Did I get that right, Josh? Hawkeyes? Who's the Cornhuskers? Nebraska. Oh, my God, I'm in big trouble now. Josh, throw me a lifeline. So this Iowa boy is in charge now, this young man, Matthew Whitaker. He's in charge now of the Russian investigation. So Trump, here's what we're going to talk about at 9 o'clock. Ready? 9 o'clock. Here's what we're going to talk about. Trump says he may be or he is in better shape now with Democrats having the House. I agree. I will explain why I agree with the president. What kind of negotiating shape he's in now is actually better than where he came from. Second, if the House of Representatives, Republican House of Representatives is in the minority, how can they get what they want? I'm going to tell you how I feel they can get what they want for the most part and stay in the be in the minority. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about how many state races were lost, that were lost over the last 24 hours. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about, don't forget, Republicans, that's all the way down to your county commissioners. So in some of the states that are claim to be Republican. They surely have not been acting as Republicans, and maybe the voters answered that. So don't get the big MSNBC and the CNN takeaway. Let's look at the little local takeaway and focus on that. Is your state run by Republicans in it name only? They got something they call that, a rhino. Is that what happened? Could some of the voters in these states say, hey, you said you're Republicans, you said you're fiscal hawks, and we just don't see it. So we're going to send you one or two Democrats. So maybe there's a wake-up call. You know me. What have I been yelling for how long? You're so tired of it. National redistricting. National Democrat Redistricting Committee. Been telling you about that for how many years now? Told you. They redistrict right Pennsylvania. They slid some right over there. I'm going to talk about that. Then I want to say this. At 9:30, I'm going to give it a time because I'm going to make sure I do it. I'm going to close with the preview of two Gilmer County stories I'm working on. So out there in Gilmer County at 9:30, one, I'm going to talk about a sports team in Gilmer County. That's one story I'm working on, sports team. And two, I'm going to talk about the Gilmer County 2019 proposed budget. Okay? I want to talk about some pay raises in this budget. 9:30. Don't miss that. I promise. 9:30. Two Gilmer County stories you want to stay with. I'm your host, BKP. When we return, it's time for Carla's Corner.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
The model year in clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year and discounts are huge, but the 2018 Chevys are going fast. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Folks, we are back. It's time for Carla's Corner. You know the great thing about this show, Carla, is it reminds me it's Thursday and Friday's tomorrow.
Oh.
You're a big help in my life.
I was concerned at first.
No. It reminds me, hey, it's if you're here, do you realize it's not until you get here sometimes I realize it's Thursday? That's just me. So anyhow, it's Thursday, means it's Thursday. Mm-hmm. And Friday's just around the corner.
TGIF.
So there you go. How are you, Carla? Don't touch my sugar high. I got my sugar high.
As long as they're sort of by color, I'm okay with it. You guys can't see, but he's got candy on the table. You know.
It's not true. It's not true.
I'd like to say it's leftover Halloween candy, but it's
not. Okay, so what do we have going on, Carla?
Oh, it's November, y'all.
Y'all. It's time for turkey.
It's getting close to turkey time. But, you know, last week we had the Christmas tree because of Operation Thank You. And I feel like we're just jumping right into Christmas. Don't you think so?
Yes, I do. I think so. I really stepped out and got in a whole lot of trouble last week.
I mean, I really appreciate.
I did not realize.
My eyes are watering something crazy
I did
today.
not realize how popular. Now this is. I want to start with kind of like what we ended with a little bit last week. I did not realize how popular the Hallmark Christmas channel is.
Did you see the thing I sent you?
Yes, I did. I did not realize. Like, I thought I was the only one going home, and somebody thought Christmas movie marathon on Hallmark is, to binge watch it. I was like, do people? I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it. And I stand corrected. This is on video. I stand corrected. I refuse to watch one, but at the same time, I'm going to admit it's very popular.
I have the.
Oh, you don't have the schedule, do you?
I have the 25 Days of Christmas freeform, December 1st through the 25th. In case anybody wants that information, but it's not relevant right now. Anyway, so we are jumping. I feel like I don't want to overlook Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is important. I don't want to overlook that, but. November is the pre-party to Christmas. That's the best way I can put it. So we do have a lot of, we do have some Thanksgiving events, and I do want to touch on Thanksgiving, even though we're a couple weeks away. We do have some restaurants that are going to be open on Thanksgiving. A lot of questions asked about that. People that don't want to cook or staying up in a cabin and don't have intentions of cooking a Thanksgiving dinner. Smokehouse Country Grill will be open and doing Thanksgiving meals on Thanksgiving. They will be closed the following days, but they will be open on Thanksgiving. I got that backwards. They're not going to be closed after Thanksgiving. Sorry. Thanksgiving Day they will be open, and then Double L Restaurant will have a Thanksgiving meal as well. So,
I don't know everywhere.
Check their Facebook pages. They're posting menus. They're posting all the information on there. So
that's great information to have of who's open on Thanksgiving Day. But I don't know. I like to do a little list of this myself. But there's a lot of places now that will smoke a turkey for you, or they sell the complete and deep fry one. So, you could look around for a lot. Now, let's have the conversation. Let's do it here. Okay, let's get and we want to hear from you. Okay, traditional oven turkey, smoked turkey, deep fried.
Whatever Charlie cooks.
Okay, whatever Charlie cooks.
He used to deep fry for a while, and those were very good. And then he started brining and cooking in the oven, and those were very good. And let's just be honest, I just like turkey.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. But, okay, so I like the deep fried the best because I do know people that get serious and they have their injection.
Charlie does brine his, and he wanted to smoke it, or maybe he did smoke it one day. I don't know.
Well, the deep fry I like, and there's people that inject the turkey with a mix of their seasonings, and it is good. My favorite turkey is the deep fry, but I love the smoke. That's what we're going to get into. We're going to get into, just like you said, I just love turkey, period. But I love the smoked turkey, but you have to like the smoke. You have to like smoke flavor. You have to like that.
Yeah.
All right. And then I like the traditional oven.
Yeah, that's what Charlie started, I think, last year, the year before, I don't remember, but he started brining it and then putting it in the oven.
So are you an after Thanksgiving,
yes.
do you have the turkey sandwiches? You got this. Do you make the turkey salad, and you got the turkey sandwiches and the turkey soup and the turkey this and the turkey that?
Sanitary issues of Thanksgiving. I don't know, our family, when we have the Thanksgiving, as soon as we're done, we just slap a little tinfoil on top of that stuff, and you just keep going back all day.
Right, exactly.
The next day, and what's the point of putting it up? Because we're just going to keep eating off of it.
I'm going to tell you something. Thanksgiving, when I'm done, don't dare touch my plate and fork. Are you done with that? We're over there. You touch it. You dare touch it. I'm gonna rest a minute. I have
learned I've learned not to fix that massive plate and stuff yourself. I like Thanksgiving tapas. Just let's eat a little mashed potatoes, have a glass of wine, a little sweet potato casserole, glass of wine, a little turkey and dressing, glass of wine. Go back and get some more sweet potato casserole, glass of wine. Tapas for hours. That's good. That's how I've learned I like Thanksgiving. Because if you gorge, then you gotta have a nap, and you've just lost 2 hours of eating time.
So we have places open on Thanksgiving. We'll be able to we'll have that list up there.
Yep. We're sharing it on social media as well as on at our office. If you have questions, you can call. They've got that information.
What else we got going on?
I also want to mention Faith, Hope, and Charity's annual Thanksgiving feast that they do at the First Baptist Church on it'll be November 17th. This is a community-wide Thanksgiving. Doesn't cost anything. It is just if you would like to come and enjoy a community-wide Thanksgiving, Faith, Hope, and Charity sponsors that. Again, it's November 17th from 11 to 2. I think that about covers most of my Thanksgiving stuff that I wanted to mention. So now we'll just flip into Christmas. So we have a lot of activities coming up in the next couple weeks, and there's so many, and I will have to probably just keep mentioning it a couple of times. On November 18th, and this is not Christmas, it just happens to be November, but I do want to mention it because I know you'll appreciate this. Gilmer County Animal Shelter is having a free children's carnival and pet adoption event. They will have $25 spay neuter certificates. Let me repeat that. $25 spay neuter certificates. You have an animal that's packing. Take them. Get the certificate. There are no excuses. The animal shelter right now, and those of you who haven't seen it, I posted on my Facebook this adorable picture of these two sweet, precious little kittens. They are overcrowded right now. I know Cherokee County, I believe, came and got a bunch of kittens and cats and took them, but they are super overcrowded right now. And I have put on Facebook, if you share my posts, every share I get, I will give $1 for a share to the Gilmer County Animal Shelter. They need everything right now. They need cat food. They need litter. They need donations. They need anything you can get. But what they need more is for you to fix your animals so they don't end up in the shelter. That's what they need. So take advantage of these $25 spay neuter certificates. They will have free kids carnival games with prizes, puppet show, puppet making crafts, rock painting, face painting. There will be Christmas music, caveat. But it is November the 18th from noon to 3 in the River Street parking lot, and it is sponsored by Friends of Gilmer County Animal Shelter and the Downtown LJ Business and Community Association and LJ Rocks. So please come out, support this event, help our animal shelter, take advantage of those $25 spay neuter certificates, because if your animal is procreating.
All right, already. I think you made your point.
Okay, moving on. Woo. So, the next things I want to talk about is we have the LJ Farmers Market's second annual Christmas market on Saturday, November 17th from 10 to 2. That is not this weekend. It is next weekend, but I'm getting it out there right now. From 10 to 2 on Broad Street. Is sponsored by the Gilmer County Master Gardeners and Extension Volunteers. They're accepting vendors. That will be on Broad Street where the farmers market sets up, and they will have vendors for you to do some holiday shopping, handmade products, jams and jellies and all that good stuff. So stop by and see that. Then we're going to move on into the following weekend, which is Thanksgiving weekend, which is going to have so many things going on. So we'll start with the big tree in the room. I like that. That was cute. Light Up LJ. If you go to lightupLJ.com, the information for Light Up LJ is on there. This will be the traditional Light Up LJ that everyone is familiar with. Tree lighting, parade, vendors, Santa, all of those things on the Friday after Thanksgiving. It is traditionally always the Friday after Thanksgiving, so that's when it will be. All of the times of all the events and everything that's happening is on the lightupLJ.com website. It is also on the Downtown LJ Facebook. Not Whoville. Just putting that out there. These are some things that I want on public record that I have now officially heard. that this is not going to be the Whoville event. There will be porta-johns at this event. There will be barricades and public safety presence at this event. So a lot of the concerns that the public has because of last year's event are not hopefully going to be concerns at this year's event. I think that the community and the public will be very pleased with the work that the downtown business community has done in preparation for this event. So all that information is on lightupLJ.com. It is also on the Downtown LJ Facebook. You're being quiet. Any questions?
I'm listening.
Any questions about that? I literally just got this information like not that long ago.
I'm just sitting here thinking, wow, it is that time.
It is that time. We're jumping into this. Also, on the same day as Light Up LJ, Abby's will have their dance party, their annual dance party that they have every year in downtown LJ. I also wanted to mention some other cool things that are happening. Southern Flair Antiques and Interiors is having their holiday open house on the November 24th from 10 to 6. So you can stop by and shop small with them. That will be Small Business Saturday. And we are encouraging you to shop small for that Saturday. And there's, if you're a business, don't forget you can take advantage of these Small Business Saturday online print center where you can go and get your own customized signs for Small Business Saturday. I also want to mention the Tater Patch Players. Yes, they're in Jasper, but I'm really excited about this because it's pretty cool. They're doing a Christmas Story. It's my favorite Christmas movie. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to go see this. November 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 30th, and December 1st, 2nd, 7th, 8th, and 9th. They will have performances of A Christmas Story at the Tater Patch Players.
I like that. Is that your favorite Christmas movie?
That is my favorite Christmas movie.
What are some of your favorite Christmas movies? Now, I will not, and every time I say I will not do something, it comes back to haunt me. I will not watch a Hallmark Christmas movie.
I couldn't tell you the first name of a Hallmark Christmas movie.
I won't watch one. But what's your favorite Christmas movies or movie?
A Christmas Story is by far the first, and I do not watch it until the 24-hour Christmas Story marathon, and then we leave it on for 24 hours.
Okay.
Second favorite, one you probably are not familiar with, but it is, I watch it every year. I own it on DVD. I now own it on Amazon as well, so I can watch it no matter what, is The Family Stone. Exactly. But I love that movie. Most people don't know that movie. Third favorite, because I am that age, Home Alone.
You like Home Alone? Okay.
Yeah, I love Home Alone. It's just, I was that kid that grew up that wanted that walkie-talkie thing for Christmas because he had it, and I always wanted to live in that house. And I mean, it was like, it's
okay.
It's just the generation that I am. I love that. And then I would say, I can't decide between, I got to have a classic in this. There's got to be a classic between It's a Wonderful Life or Meet Me in St. Louis. I like them both.
Okay, good.
I like Christmas Vacation too. I like them all. I mean, obviously Charlie Brown Christmas is up there. I will say though, on the record, I am a traditionalist, and the only, which I'm interested to see the new one. I will watch the new one, but I'm a traditionalist, and only the original Dr. Seuss Grinch Stole Christmas is the one that I like.
The cartoon?
The original Grinch.
Right.
Yeah, and the new one that's coming out, I will watch it, but I'm not going to pass judgment on it yet. But the original is my favorite.
You know what I never did understand? Why the Flintstones celebrated Christmas.
Did they?
Never understood that. Yep. They had a Christmas special one time years ago. Never understood that. All right.
I love Christmas specials, though. Those aren't movies. Christmas specials are a whole other thing.
You got one? Christmas special?
Pee Wee Herman's Christmas special.
Pee Wee Herman's Christmas
Again,
special.
sorry, I'm that generation.
Did you watch Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse?
Yeah. I was that generation.
Oh my gosh. All right, anyhow. So, I have one question in it. When do the kids? Because I'm getting older, not old. I didn't say old. I'm getting older. Okay, so when do the kids start getting excited about Christmas and wanting to watch their Christmas movies and wanting to tell you what they want for Christmas?
I'm the wrong person to ask that. Like, my family will be much different than anybody else's because my children think that I'm Christmas psychotic.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do understand. I think the same thing. Okay, I'm with them.
They're already like, Mom, what? Like, there's just stuff right now. I'm in the midst of getting all the trees up and decorating and doing all that, and they can't even walk from one end of the house to the other right now, and they're just over it already. So,
okay.
Haley's like, you're not putting my tree up in my room this year. Oh, yes, I am.
We had 2 Christmas trees. When I was a kid, we had 2 Christmas trees. We had the Christmas tree upstairs in the big room, family room, living room, whichever one you want to call it. One downstairs was the den or the family room, living room. We don't know. So anyhow, we had the Christmas tree upstairs that my mom decorated. And that was very nice. My mom did a great job. She decorated. I've never met anybody who can decorate a tree like this lady. I'm serious. You want to go over, Mom? Try it.
I wish I could have a page green eyebrow right now. Okay. The one down, one up. I can't do that.
Well, hey, you're the one that has to tell Mom that you can decorate a tree better, not me. So anyhow, we had the tree upstairs. Can I finish this? We had the tree upstairs. Mom decorated a beautiful tree. Then we always put a tree up downstairs, and it was called the kids' tree. And we got to decorate it. We got to go and take paper, the colored paper. What is that paper called? Construction paper. Yes. We got to go, and Mom would get us the 20 different color packs of construction paper, and we would cut the ribbons and then fold it and make construction paper chains.
My kids make those.
And then we would string popcorn.
Yeah,
and
popcorn.
And then we would make our own ornaments with pictures in it and stuff. And the kid tree was the kid tree. What we wanted to put on our tree and made, we always did. My mom let us put all of our stuff. And then all the things you made at school. You'd make ornaments at school. I don't know if they still do stuff like that.
Not at my kids' age, but they do when they're little.
Right. So make the ornaments at school.
I still make my kids make ornaments.
Huh?
They don't like it, but I make them.
So ornaments at school, and those got to go on the tree and everything like that. Now, the interesting thing is my mom still has the kid tree box.
I have a box, and we still put up a kid. We have a kid tree that the kids, they're supposed to help decorate, but last night they looked at it, and then they were deciding who I loved more based off who had more ornaments on the kid tree. And I'm like, I didn't do this. Your teachers and stuff helped you make these. Like, just because one kid has more handmade ornaments on this tree does not mean that I love them more. Like, I mean, it was like a thing for 5 minutes last night. But anyway, they're supposed to help me decorate it. They did not help me decorate it, but it is all of their handmade ornaments on one tree. They make a paper chain to put on it every year. I do make them make more handmade ornaments to add to it every year because they don't make them in school anymore because they're just not that age. But we do have a handmade tree. And then I have a smaller tree that's our tree with all our ornaments from Germany when we went to Germany. And then we have the Bain tree that's all of our family ornaments. And then we have, the girls have trees in their rooms. I have a tree in my room. We have the Georgia tree in the garage. And I have a big tree in the kitchen that was my grandmother's tree that I decorate. It's a lot of trees.
Okay, I would ask you when you officially put your tree up, but that's plural with you. The normal world out there has a time that they've decided when they put their tree up. We'll not cross that with you.
There are 2 kinds of people in this world.
There are?
There is. Well, I mean, we just figured that out with an election, but there's also 2 other kinds of people in this world. They're probably run kind of consistent with each other with the other 2 people that we just defined. But
I don't define nobody.
There are people that put their trees up after Halloween, like They just literally wait till Halloween's over because it is time to crank up the holiday music by your holiday Starbucks and watch your Hallmark movies and put your Christmas decorations up. There are those people. Then there are the other people who wait, or it is blasphemy to put your tree up before Thanksgiving. And even after Thanksgiving, they'll work on getting it up. Some of them might get it up before Christmas or the day of. And then there are the same two kinds of people. There's two kinds of people. You take that thing down the day after Christmas. Or you take that thing down before New Year's for sure.
Well,
and then I want to know real Christmas tree. I'm going to start running some polls. I need to know real Christmas tree versus fake Christmas tree.
Okay, well, when the kids were little, our tradition was to go. We cranked up about 3 pickup trucks, and I'm talking my brothers, my sister, my brother-in-laws, all of us, mom, dad, everybody, the grandkids, everybody. And on Friday, instead of the Black Friday, on Friday afternoon after Thanksgiving, we cranked up about 3 pickup trucks and headed out to the Christmas tree farm to cut our own tree. And then we all went at the same time, and we got like 6-7 Christmas trees out of the farm, and they're on pickup trucks, and we're on our way back, and that was our tradition, to go cut a live tree.
Like you did that even with your kids and everything?
What do you mean? Took the kids?
Yeah,
yeah, everybody
until your kids were grown, that's what you've always done.
No. We stopped it about, when they got like 12 or 13, but when they were little, in fact, we stopped it about them. But there was about 15 of us get together, mom, dad, everybody. We went to the Christmas tree farm and cut like 7-8 trees, sisters' trees. My brother-in-law's sisters would go. We would all go to cut the tree. We have a whole truckload of trees on it.
I wanted a real tree this year, but Charlie.
You want a real tree?
I did want a real tree this year. We don't have.
And Charlie doesn't want it?
No, he said no. I don't
Charlie,
want the
come
hassle.
on, man. He doesn't want the hassle?
Yeah.
What's the hassle?
Exactly. I would be the one taking care of it and cleaning up after it. It sounds like we're getting a
It's
dog.
not a pet. Let's close. We're closing with her statement of she would be the one take care of it and cleaning up after it. It's not like it's a pet rock. Okay, and wow. This is Carla's Corner.
Can I get a real Christmas tree, please?
I'm not involved. Hey, folks, every Thursday at 8:30, Carla's Corner, we talk about the things going on around North Georgia here and what's on the calendar. Josh, do we have our graphic there? Go to the Gilmer Chamber. Just go there. There you go. Go to the website, gilmerchamber.com, and you'll see in the top corner there, calendar of events. You can't miss it. Click there, and everything we've talked about from Light Up Elija, everything's on there. As you can see, there's all the categories to find out what's going on the website for the calendar of events. And you just go to Gilmer Chamber, gilmerchamber.com. Okay, folks, this is it, Carl. It's over. It's done. It's finished. It is. In fact, we've gone to 8:59. I have stories to do. Mm-hmm. You have to get to work. I got stories to do.
Big day today.
What's the big day?
We have network luncheon, but today we're cutting a ribbon on Ott Farms.
Well,
Ott Farms and Vineyards, we're having ribbon cutting today.
Ott Farms and Vineyards,
yep.
And network luncheon. It is a big day.
It is a big day.
All right. We got to go. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Elija, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
The model year in clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year and discounts are huge, but the 2018 Chevys are going fast. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Okay, we are back. Before we move on any further, this only happens every once in a blue moon, so the moon must be, we must be expecting a blue moon this evening. But I do have to. I get on a roll, and there's often those times I get on a roll that I just need to leave it alone. But I do sincerely want to look into this camera and apologize to all, and I do have them. There's Tom. There's others. I want to apologize to every Nebraska Cornhusker fan out there. I want to sincerely ask and beg your forgiveness for what I have done. I'm sorry. That was wrong. I mean, I was talking about Whitaker, and he's from Iowa, and he played for the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Rose Bowl in 1991, and I'm just begging forgiveness. Could you ever, baby, please forgive me for what happened. It won't happen again. I promise. I promise. Okay, moving along. Groveling. Here, let's put this up, Josh. Let's go with this. This is what they're saying out there with me crying and groveling. Number 17. Please, just shut up. Please, just shut up. I'm sorry. All right, so Beauregard is headed home. He is gone, and we're going to go a different direction. Yes, we're going to go a different direction, okay. We're not going to get into, there's two things I said to you. One, the President of the United States. So yesterday, what else? Tell me in my ear here, what other videos did I send you today? I said we had to start one at what time? All right, and then I got what? Okay, let's go to the press conference, and let's go. We're not going to go to the racist quite yet, but let's go to the press conference again yesterday. Okay, and President Trump comments. All right, he makes a couple comments that, you know, the media is more interested in Jim Acosta and the caravan and so on and so forth, and white nationalists and, you know, racism and all the above. That's their interest. But they missed Trump's takeaway, okay? Trump laid down that he will work with Democrats. Now, before all the Republicans get nervous that he's going to work with Democrats, okay, I know I have a lot of people that are upset, okay? This really upset a lot of people. In all fairness, Nancy Pelosi deserves to be chosen Speaker of the House by the Democrats. If they give her a hard time, perhaps we will add some Republican votes. She has earned this great honor. Now, the Pelosi family are worth, what, $196 million? I mean, they're worth a lot. There's Mr. Pelosi out there, Mr. Pelosi. And there's a new Department of Justice that might look into where Mr. Pelosi's got all of his money throughout the years. Who is it? Department of Justice, Mr. Pelosi. Kind of interested in where you got the $196 million, the cold hard cash. Just say it. I just say it. What if Nancy has to make an effort with Donald J. Trump? You see, Donald said yesterday, you know what? We're kindly better off. I'm going to have to agree with him. You're not going to like this. You're not going to like this. We're kindly better off. Now, Republicans, let's talk to each other. Let's just say what has to be said. Now, do a gut check and go all the way back to John Boehner and then Paul Ryan and where we're at today, and ask yourself how much closer you are to fiscal responsibility. Don't cry. I mean, you act as though some out there that because the Democrats have the gavel And they will have to, and Nancy will be sitting up behind the president. I've shown that picture. I've shown the picture many times. Look at the visual. Nancy will be sitting behind the president of the United States when he gives an address to Congress. Okay? But some think that, the sky has fallen and things are shattered and we'll not be able to move on because we lost the House. And some may say, well, my favorite congressman will not be chairman of a committee. It's a big deal. The president said that yesterday. It's a big deal. But ask yourself, Republicans, are you going to actually be worse off as having a fiscal responsible House with the Democrats in charge than you do the Republicans today? As many that get angry at me, I'm just asking you to ask yourself that question. Ask yourself if the Republicans have not spent an enormous amount of money, okay? Now, this is where I'm just a little different. I mean, no, you're wrong if you think that I'm going to come on here at any time and say Barack Obama just did this outstanding job for 8 years. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I don't agree that Barack Obama had anything really of a highlight in his presidency that I would agree with. But the first 2 years, Democrats were in charge. And then it was Republicans. Republicans sent him spending bills that were bloated. Republicans sent him budgets with no cuts. While they can argue all day long, okay, Republicans sent, now stop and think about this, relax, put the brakes on a little bit. Republicans sent Barack Obama everything he wanted. What's to say that the Democrats won't do the same? Now, obviously, it's not going to be exactly, because Democrats do know how to stay lockstep and resist. But who's to say the Democrat House will not send what President Trump will sign and that they can get through the Senate? Or will there just be total gridlock? But before you go and get too upset over the president's comments, I think, he said, hey, if we have a House of Representatives, okay, if we have a Republican House of Representatives and we only had the lead by 3 House seats, it's like herding cats. He said, I don't think we can get anything done there. I mean, look at the Tuesday group. Thank God Charlie Dent is leaving from the Tuesday Republicans. Charlie Dent is leaving, and they picked up Charlie Dent's seat. The Democrats picked up Charlie Dent's seat in Pennsylvania, okay? But Charlie Dent was, never a Trumper. They were never Trumpers, and they never did like Donald Trump. So ask yourself what good having the House of Representatives has done for you as a fiscal conservative, that you wanted Planned Parenthood defunded. Listen, Obamacare could have had all the funding stripped out. Okay? It's the Republicans' fault that they didn't get in 6 years something done and get it to where the president can have something ready to where they can run on health care. All right? It was the court that said the payments from Obamacare, you remember the subsidy payments from Obamacare? It was the Supreme Court that said that's against the law to subsidize. And Trump stopped the payments because it's against the law. But the House of Representatives had 6 years. So before you go and cry over your congressman losing their chairmanship on a committee, and before you go and cry that we won't have another rhino Speaker of the House, look, you got Obamacare, okay? You got Obamacare. I do not like Nancy Pelosi, on record. I cannot stand, she's crazy, she's crazy, okay? But please, take a minute and look at the omnibus spending bill. that John Boehner left on the desk that Paul Ryan pushed through. Look at all of these bills. The President of the United States in his own party said, I'm not happy with this last spending bill. I'm not happy with this. But you know what? Some people have come and advised me, all right? Some people have come and advised me, all right, that I don't need to shut the government down. It'd be bad for the elections. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe it would. I mean, remember that? The president said, maybe I should shut the government down. But, you know, everybody's coming and, oh, Mr. President, please don't shut the government down. Please. He said, all right, you know, but I'm not going to keep doing this. So I agree with the President of the United States. So now yesterday he said, hey, the Democrats in the House, just try it. Try all the things. I've got the Senate. We have some leaks we can look at. We got some things we can look at. We have the power of the Senate. We may look at some things in the Senate. So you go ahead with the House. Now they want his tax returns and they want all this stuff already. He said, you know, I may be able to get more stuff with the Democrats. But here's what I think, okay? I think it's like this. I think what happens is the Republican House will have to go to Donald Trump. If they're smart, they can go to Donald Trump and say, the President of the United States, and the House can go to the President and say, we want this. Okay? Because if the Republicans in the House of Representatives go and tell Nancy Pelosi this is what we want, they're not going to get it. If they go to the President has more control now than he did actually a week ago. Because the House of Representatives will have to go to the President of the United States and say, look, here's what they're trying to get through. We want this. This is what we'll compromise on. All right? Then he will kick it down to the House and say, look, we'll get through this with the Senate, but here's what we want. I'm just telling you, there's a good possibility, and I do not like the word bipartisan. You know how I feel about that. But there's a good possibility that Trump can get more out of the Democrats right now than he could out of yesterday's Republicans. Because yesterday's Republicans had a whole lot of people that didn't like him to begin with. So quit crying over those yesterday Republicans and quit crying over the loss of the House of Representatives, because you got a House of Representatives that didn't like your president. Not all, but they didn't like him in the first place. And they paid the price. The Senate didn't pay the price. Didn't pay the price. Chuck Grassley stood his ground. I am not a Mitch McConnell fan, but Mitch McConnell stood his ground. And let me tell you something. They knew President Trump did the right thing. They stood their ground. And the Senate, Mitch McConnell's got the president's ear. I think that's vice versa. Chuck Grassley and all of them, David Perdue, they stood their ground. And they have a good Senate now. We have a good Senate now, much different than we did before. President Donald Trump has a lot to thank for. Marsha Blackburn in Tennessee, Holly out there in Missouri, okay? Bill Nelson down in Florida. But let's roll the tape how Trump felt yesterday. Show me Mia Love first. You got a picture of Mia Love? All right, let's go with the video of Trump, and I'll tell you when to come back.
Of Minnesota, great guy, he's new, and ran a fantastic race. On the other hand, you had some that decided to, let's stay away. They did very poorly. I'm not sure that I should be happy or sad, but I feel just fine about it. Carlos Cubella, Mike Kaufman, too bad, Mike. Mia Love. I saw Mia Love. She'd call me all the time to help her with a hostage situation, being held hostage in Venezuela. But Mia Love gave me no love, and she lost. Too bad. Sorry about that, Mia. And Barbara Comstock was another one. I mean, I think she could have won that race, but she didn't want to have any embrace. For that, I don't blame her. But she She lost, substantially lost. Peter Roscom didn't want the embrace. Eric Paulson didn't want the embrace. And in New Jersey, I think he could have done well, but it didn't work out too good. Bob Eugen, I feel badly because I think that's something that could have been won. That's a race that could have been won. John Faso, those are some of the people that, decided for their own reason not to embrace whether it's me or what we stand for, but what we stand for meant a lot to most people. And we've had tremendous support, and tremendous support in the Republican Party, among the biggest support in the history of the party. I've actually heard at 93% it's a record, but I won't say that because who knows. But we've had tremendous support. America is booming like never before, doing fantastic. We have Larry Kudlow here, and he said the numbers are as good as he's ever seen numbers at any time for our country. But he's a young man, so he hasn't seen that many numbers. Where's Larry? You're a young man, right, Larry? And you haven't been doing this too long, but they're as good as you've ever seen. And we may have, if you have a question for Larry, we'll do that. But I want to send my warmest appreciation and regards to Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. We really worked very well together. We have been working very well together. We actually have a great relationship. People just don't understand that, which is fine. And also to perhaps, looks like, I would think, Speaker Nancy Pelosi. And I give her a lot of credit. She works very hard, and she's worked long and hard. I give her a great deal of credit for what she's done and what she's accomplished. Hopefully we can all work together next year to continue delivering for the American people, including on economic growth, infrastructure, trade, lowering the cost of prescription drugs. These are some of the things that the Democrats do want to work on, and I really believe we'll be able to do that. I think we're going to have a lot of reason to do it. And I will say, just as a matter of business, I was with some very successful people last night. We were watching the returns. So if the Republicans won, and let's say we held on by 2 or 1 or 3, it would have been very hard out of that many Republicans to ever even get support among Republicans, because there'll always be 1 or 2 or 3 people that, for good reason or for bad reason or for grandstanding, we have that too. You've seen that. You've seen that. Plenty of grandstanding. But for certain reasons, that many people, you're always going to have a couple that won't do it. So that puts us in a very bad position. In other words, had we kept, and this is no, I'm saying this for a very basic reason, it's common sense. It puts us in a very tough position. We win by 1 or 2 or 3, and you'll have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 even come over and say, look, we're not going to go along with this. We want this, and all of a sudden we wouldn't even be able to get it in many cases out of the Republicans' hands before we sent it on to the Senate. And now we have a much easier path because the Democrats will come to us with a plan for infrastructure, a plan for health care, a plan for whatever they are looking at, and we'll negotiate. And as you know, it's been very hard in the Senate because we need essentially 10 votes from Democrats, and we don't get those votes because the Democrats do really stick together well. I don't agree with them on a lot of policy, but I agree with them on sticking together. They stick together great. So now we go into the Senate. We don't have the 10 votes.
All right, folks. I could continue to play that to the President of the United States explaining how he will get things done. And how if they try in the House, just try it. All right, don't screw with me. The President of the United States is in a better position today than he was last week with the House of Representatives. Just take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Okay? We know there's going to be, the Maxine Waters is going to do her own show. We know all that's going to happen, all right? So there you go. So you got some entertainment value. But The President of the United States is sitting in a good position today, whether you believe it or not. And other investigations are probably ready to start, which can keep some Democrats in check. Now, just in, I want to thank a viewer for notifying me. I just got this from a viewer. Just in, do you have that picture I asked you to look up? All right. Just in, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, 85 years old, has been hospitalized after breaking 3 ribs in a fall at court. All right. So today at court, there she is, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and we don't want to make light of this. You know, it's serious. She is a Supreme Court justice. She had a fall and she broke a rib, and I understand they've already launched an investigation that supposedly Brett Kavanaugh pushed her down the Supreme Court steps. Sorry, that wasn't me. Okay, just say it. Just say it. I don't know. It's the old trip and fall accident. Why is everybody upset with me? Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is in the hospital after falling in her office Wednesday night. The court announced in a statement on Thursday. Ginsburg, 85, went home after the fall but continued to experience discomfort overnight and went to the George Washington Hospital early Thursday. Tests revealed she fractured 3 ribs and she was admitted for observation and treatment, according to the statement. Ginsburg, the court's senior judge, has served on the court for more than 25 years after being appointed by Bill Clinton in 1993. She is considered one of the court's most liberal judges. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm just me and I'm not changing. You know what Trump said? You know what the first thing Trump said, Josh, when he found out Ginsburg was hospitalized? Get me that list. Where's the list? Get me, what's her name? Amy? Yeah. Get me Amy Coney Barrett on the line. Tell her to start practicing. Oh, by the way, the Senate, while we have Ruth on the screen, the Senate will no longer have Jeff Flake there to make a deal with Coons in a olive branch of compassion to give 1 week to further an FBI investigation into fraudulent accusations. Nothing about the accusations against Brett Kavanaugh were found to be true in any investigation whatsoever. Nothing. Not a thing. Zip, zero, zilch. That's right. So, that being said, we are going to move right along here. We can't go into Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but the Senate will not have Jeff Flake, all right, to keep, to make a deal. They will not have little Bobby Corker. They will not have any of that. The next Supreme Court justice will go right through. So don't get upset. There's 2 things I want to do when I come back. I promised a 9:30 segment on Gilmer County. No matter where you're at in the United States, I would like for you to hear this story, okay? No matter where you're at, so don't tune out. It's a little local story with big implications that I want you to pay attention to. So when we come back, we got 2 Gilmer County stories. One about a pay raise and one about a sports team that you want to stick around for. And then I want to talk about state Republicans before we close. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to break, Josh.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
The model year in clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year and discounts are huge, but the 2018 Chevys are going fast. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Here's to 60 years of Pizza Hut, to original pan, to stuffed crust, and to the best of both. The new double cheesy crust pan pizza with stuffed crust cheese baked just inside the golden edge of original pan. Here for a limited time. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ellijay next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Now, we only got a couple minutes because we are going to have Dr. David Markwell. Dr. David Markwell is going to be with us today, and our subject for today is depression. So we're going to have Dr. David Markwell with us in about 10 minutes. So I've got a couple minutes here that I want to tell you what we're working on. First of all, Brian Kemp has declared victory, and he's moving forward with his transition team. So the Georgia governor transition team for Brian Kemp is in full swing this morning, working on transition. But Abrams is ready for legal action. She's going to take legal action. Abrams has not conceded the race. Her campaign unveiled a litigation team poised to take the fight to the courts and says an additional 25,632 Abrams votes will push the race into a runoff territory. They're not going to stop. They're going to court. But that's moving on. But in breaking news, tomorrow at 11, House Speaker David Ralston has called a press conference for tomorrow at 11. So we will be there, and he's called a press conference to make some comments of his own. So House Speaker David Ralston has called a press conference for 11 o'clock tomorrow on FYN TV. We'll be there, and we'll bring it to you live because there is something going on that 2 days after this election that House Speaker David Ralston has called this press conference to set the new direction for the House, whatever it may be. So we will be there. We'll bring it to you live. Now, just in the next 4 minutes, first of all, if you are working somewhere today, okay, and you deserve a raise, I don't know, whatever job, average raises are 2.5% to 3%, 2.5%, 3%, okay? Those are the average raises. Now, what if you got your pay was just doubled? Absolutely doubled. Wow, that's pretty good. So one story we're working on, and this is the 2019 Gilmer County proposed budget. All right, have the whole thing right here. Thank you very much over there. Got the whole budget. What they're proposing, and we're working on the story, is to double post commissioners' pay. Now, currently, post commissioner is a part-time job. It's not a full-time job. It's part-time. And post commissioners right now get approximately right in a round number area of $800 a month. $800 a month, okay? And they get their health benefits to go with it. So they get $800 a month as part-time. Now, most places you work, and I'm not saying I begrudge, if that's the word, of the benefits. That's not where I'm going here. But most places you work, you do not, until you become full-time status, are you eligible for benefits. But no, post-commissioners, Fannin County, slip of the tongue, a couple of them today. Gilmer County post-commissioners are eligible for benefits, health insurance, along with $800 a month. So in this budget, it's proposed to raise them from $800 to $1,600, double. $1,600 a month, part-time job, plus health benefits. Double. Now, you may ask, what's so bad about that? Well, the rest of the county employees are in this budget at a 2.5% increase. Well, they deserve a raise, okay? But the thing that I want to let you know, and I'm working on this story for Monday, because we're going to do the story Monday because I want the right information here. But I went to the commissioners meeting and I have the video, and I'm going to do the video for you Monday. I have the video. I have the actual video of me asking these commissioners about this raise. And you'll hear it. Because the interesting thing is you pay a qualifying fee to run for office. The qualifying fee to run for office is a percentage of the pay. So both post commissioners, that Dallas Miller that is there now, that has served about 5 years, he's in his second term, and Carlene Ferguson that was just elected, they paid qualifying fees for $800. But they're both about to get a raise. Something about this just stinks. I don't like it. It doesn't settle well because it's my money and your money and taxpayer money. Full Story Monday. We will give you the Full Story Monday because, let's see, I don't want to say underhanded. That would not be nice. I wouldn't want to say scandalous. That wouldn't be nice. I'm going to look for the right words. But Monday I'll have the video and the full story on that. Post commissioners doubling their own pay. Wow! Last thing before we leave today. This is new, fresh in. Okay, fresh in, new. If you know wrestling in the United States of America, high school wrestling, you know the Gilmer County High School Wrestling Program. Almost anywhere, I mean, that wrestling circle, if you are in high school wrestling, it doesn't matter, out west, northeast, they know that Gilmer County, they have put up so many state championship banners in there. I mean, Gilmer County High School Wrestling is just, hey, cream of the crop, as they call it. I mean, it is well known nationwide. Sources tell us that yesterday, the first day of actual practice, that Gilmer County's high school boys wrestling team was notified that they would have 3 girls on the team. High school wrestling team. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, you ever go to one of those wrestling matches? Is that what they call it? A whole lot of touching going on. I mean, they're touching everywhere. Touching, rolling around. Just saying. Just saying. Whoa. So it looks as though the Gilmer High School boys wrestling team will just have to be wrestling team. That's it. A whole lot of touching. We're going to have more information on that as we continue. Oh, let's see. Josh, I think we're going to go to break, and we're going to be right back with Dr. David Markwell. And our topic today is depression. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days. ahead.
The model year end clearance rolls on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and the discounts on 2018 Chevys are huge. Forget MSRP on America's pickup truck. Save over $13,000 off Silverado Crew Cab LT. Forget MSRP on America's muscle car. Save over $7,000 off Camaro. The model year end discounts are huge, but the 2018 Chevys are going fast. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Joining us now, folks, is Dr. David Markwell from Ridgeline Counseling. Today's topic for Dr. Markwell is depression. Dr. Markwell, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Brian. Thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I can't complain. Now, our topic for today is depression, and my question to you is so general, but I really think a lot of us don't know what is it. Is it a bad day where you just feel the blues for a day and you say get over it? So put it together. What is depression?
Sure, and that's a really good way of leading into that. Let me start by saying that two words that I would remind people to be aware of is one is feeling, like an emotion, and the other is a mood. A feeling, I think, is what you were just describing. It can be impacted. It's more short term. It can be impacted by events in our life. Maybe we were hoping that we would get a raise, or the outcome of something didn't go the way that we wanted, and so we're kind of feeling down and in the blues kind of thing. But that's more of an emotional response or a feeling response. What's usually talked about with regard to depression is more of a mood, and there are really, and we're not going to really talk about bipolar and other types of mood disorders, but in particular, what's commonly called major depressive disorder, sometimes called clinical depression. There's also what's called persistent depressive disorder. It used to be called dysthymia. And then something, I will say recent, but not recent in the sense of a year or two, but within the last decade or two, something that's referred to as seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, and that has to do with the changing of seasons and how that people respond to those changes. And so there really is a difference between a feeling, like you were talking about, people feeling kind of down for something, maybe our team lost, or something along those lines, versus a mood.
We are going into, we're in fall, the leaves change, they start falling, and I did not realize this for years, but that kind of, the seasonal change, I do know people that they get depressed. When you change the time and it's dark earlier, you just don't feel as upbeat. And is that something that is common, very common, or is that? And if you feel that way, if somebody feels that way, like, is that something we should be concerned about ourselves? If the seasons change and it changes our moods?
And that's a good point. About 5% of the United States population is impacted by SAD, or seasonal affective disorder. Some people refer to it as winter blues, although it actually can be something that impacts us anytime there's a seasonal change. If I remember correctly, the terms like equinox, the vernal equinox in the springtime, and then the one that's in the autumn and in the fall. But in particular with the wintertime, around November, December, January, people can be impacted by it, and it's not just a feeling they're having. Of course, some people don't like the fact that it gets dark at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it cuts into some of the things they'd like to be doing. But seasonal affective disorder would be more along the lines of what we were talking about with the mood, and the person is being impacted by it. A lot of it has to do with less sunlight during the daytime, and so one of the treatments that is used very often is, and you can purchase these online, there are actually light bulbs that are built and created to mimic sunlight to a certain point, and they actually will encourage people to purchase those lights, not for their whole house, but maybe like one particular lamp, and they will ask people to buy that light bulb and sit and read or watch television for 15, 20, 30 minutes with that light each day, and that it actually helps to reduce the impact of seasonal affective disorder.
Okay, explain, what I have down here on the sheet, explain major depressive disorder.
Major depressive disorder is, by definition, what's usually referred to as clinical depression. And clinical meaning that it is something that pretty much knocks a person out of any type of life activities for several weeks. And it is, the typical symptoms where they lose interest in things that they like to do, and it can impact their sleeping and their eating. But it is something that definitely can create a lot of disability. In fact, it's the leading cause of disability in the United States for ages 15 to 44. So it is something that is very, very common. And in fact, it impacts about over 16 million Americans 18 and older every year. So it is a very common thing. A lot of times people who will go into a treatment facility or a behavioral health facility for depression are not really being impacted by seasonal affective disorder, but it would be more of the major depressive disorder.
Okay, what about persistent depressive disorder?
Yeah, that's the one that used to be called, and you can even find it on the internet, it used to be called dysthymia. The way that I actually picture it is major depressive disorder, it would be similar to like having a high-grade fever, one that is to the point where you don't feel like getting out of bed, you don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel like eating, you can't rest, you just feel very, very irritable and miserable. Dysthymia, or this persistent depressive disorder, actually is more like a low-grade just depression that it's like a little gray cloud that hangs around us, and it's kind of hard for us to shake it. It can last up to 2 years or longer, and the person they can get through life, they can get up and go to work, they can get up and go to school, but they may not fully feel like themselves on a regular basis, whereas major depressive disorder will basically make us ridden, or where we are in some type of treatment facility where we just simply can't do anything.
Well, let me ask you this, and how about myself? Let's say myself with friends. Now, in general, and I'll just say this: I don't get depressed. Okay, I do admittedly, on a rainy Saturday afternoon, listen to Carpenter's music every once in a while.
Right.
Okay, but outside of that, seriously, we're all, I think, wired to have a downtime from time to time. But how do we recognize it as friends? How do we take it serious and not say, hey, man, just get up, get your shoes on, let's go, or get over it? Because sometimes I think myself or others, we might just say, hey, get over it, and we don't really understand what someone's going through.
That's a really good point. A lot of times, like you were talking about, the old rainy days and Mondays always get us down kind of thing. We sometimes have those types of things, but that's more of that feeling.
Right.
And sometimes we do need some encouragement from our friends when we're experiencing those. What we want to really look for is where it's more of a constant in that person's life, and it's lasting for a period of time to the point where, like with clinical depression, they aren't showing up at work for days, or they're not involving themselves, engaging with their children like they used to, or as some of the symptoms are, they will start either overeating or not eating at all, or they'll oversleep or not be able to sleep at all. And so there's this drastic kind of change that's going on. And when that begins to occur, then we have other things that I'd like to discuss at some future point with you, which you have to be very aware of, other things that can be impacted by, where the person not only feels depressed, but then they also have thoughts about life not being worth living anymore, and then suicidal kind of thoughts can kind of come into play as well.
I would like to get an opportunity to share that with you one day, a personal story of my own, where a dear friend, I actually did not know they were going through depression, and I did not know the extent of some of their problems they were dealing with. And I kind of had an attitude of, hey, get over it, come on, let's go to the ball game kind of attitude. And I'm just going to say that point blank. And it did end up in my friend committing suicide, and I didn't recognize it. I didn't recognize it. And I mean, I'd love to share that with you one day, and maybe we could do a segment on that. But it stunned me, and the thing I like to share with you and the viewers, it's something where you need to understand this individual is somebody I talk to about 4 times a day. It did not realize this until it happened. So, and that's why I really am persistent with you and asking you like some of the things we can look for. And I know our time is short, and I know we'll do more segments because I know there's more people out there like me that don't know 100% what to look for. And if we recognize depression, how do you approach somebody? And when I say it like that, not that we're the professionals, but we see some of the signs. How do you recommend to somebody like myself to approach that person or help them deal with it or get them help?
Sure. Well, and I think having friends and loved ones that, are aware of sometimes the signs and symptoms, and as you mentioned, Brian, sometimes you may not actually see them, or they're very good at keeping them kind of behind the scenes where people aren't aware of what's going on in their life. But what I always encourage people to do is, if you start noticing some changes within a loved one or a friend, it's okay to talk with them and just be an encouragement to them. And then we also, if anyone's ever interested, we are happy. We have a free depression screening assessment that if anybody wants to, they can contact us, come by the office. We give it to them free of charge. And it basically gives a rating scale of severity. And then based on that, we can also talk to them about some of the options that they might have for them, counseling, speaking to a medical professional, or other types of options.
So you offer a screening evaluation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Dr. David Mark, we're on the line with Dr. David Markwell, Ridgeline Counseling. And Dr. Markwell, one more time, if these things are going on in your life, or you feel you may suffer from one of them, or you have a loved one, they can contact you, and you have that's where you recommend you start, is getting in touch with you?
Well, and that would be one of the places, even if it's not the person themselves that is the person dealing with depression, if they don't feel like they want to contact, if it's a loved one or a friend that's noticing some changes, they can also give us a call, and we can, talk with them about some of the things that they're seeing, and then hopefully getting the encouragement to the person who's having the depression symptoms to maybe get an assessment. And then sometimes people will just go to their medical professional and just kind of talk about what's going on in their life. And sometimes the medical professional will either recommend medication, or very often will recommend them seeing a behavioral health professional.
Dr. Markwell, is there anything else on this subject today before we close with our topic of depression that you would like to share with the audience? Brian,
I do appreciate, the opportunity to kind of, talk with you about it and bring it to people's attention. And if there's anything that anyone needs, they can contact us, and we'll be happy to assist.
Thank you. We've been on the line with, have a nice day, sir. We've been on the line with Dr. David Markwell, and Dr. David Markwell's with Ridgeline Counseling, and you see there on the screen, 706-314-8807, and he has an office in McCaysville, Georgia. So please don't hesitate. Get in touch with Dr. Markwell at Ridgeline Counseling today, and we'll be right back after these messages.